All right, first grade friends, we are ready for sound dictation and word dictation. I hope you have your pencil and your paper ready. That's all you're going to need for today's lesson. I want you to give me 5, get your body ready to learn, and we'll go ahead and get started with sound dictation. The first sound I want us to work on is the letters that make the oi sound. You've learned 2 ways to make the oi sound. Go ahead and write that on your paper. All right, so I know there's a big clue right behind me, so I hope you got this one right. Number 1, we make the oi sound 2 ways. The first way we know to make the oi sound is with oi. We use that at the beginning or in the middle of a word or syllable. Or we use oy at the end of a syllable to say oi. Here we go, guys. Second sound, the sound. Now, you've learned 2 different ways to make the sound this year. Go ahead and write those 2 ways. All right, ready? The first way we learned to make the sound this year is with the letter L. And the second way to make the sound is just LL. Now, think for a second. What do we call that rule? Yeah, that's the floss rule. When do we use the floss rule? Right, the floss rule, it's a mouthful. The floss rule comes into play right after a short vowel. If you hear the s, the or the f sound right after a short vowel, at the end of the word, you are going to double that S, L, or F. That's the floss rule. So, can be spelled L or LL. Our third sound for today is the ow sound. What makes the ow sound? Little clue. We learned 2 different ways to make the ow sound. Go ahead and write that on your paper. The first way we learn to make the ow sound is with the letters O, U. OU says ow at the beginning or the middle of a syllable. The other way we've learned to make the ow sound is with OW. OW says ow at the end of a syllable. All right, number 4. Our sound for number 4 is the J sound. J. You've learned 3 different ways this year to make the J sound. I want you to close your eyes, put the fist up to your chest, and as you remember each way to make that J sound, I want you to pop a finger out. All right, I remembered my 3 ways. You've got your 3 ways to make the J sound. Go ahead and write them on your paper. All right, ready? The first way we learn to make the J sound is with the letter J. J says J. Another way we learn to make the J sound is with the letter G-E. G followed by the letter E will make the J sound. And the final way we learn to make the J sound is with the letters D, G, E. So here's a little quiz. How do you know when to use DGE or GE? Do you remember? I hope you remembered that right after a short vowel, we use DGE. We've got that little saying, long spelling after short vowel. Long spelling after short vowel. Just like CK, just like TCH, we only use DGE right after a short vowel. All right, guys, our last sound for today is going to be the long O sound. O. We have learned 3 different ways this year to make that O sound. Go ahead and think of those 3 ways, and then I want you to write them on your paper. All right, do you think of the first way? The first way we make the long O is O consonant E. What about in the middle? If we hear that long O in the middle, what is the vowel team for that? Yes, we learned that OA will spell O at the beginning or the middle of a syllable. And then finally, the other vowel team we learned for the long O sound is OW. OW will say O at the end of a syllable. All right, friends, I want you to check your paper with what you see up here on my board. Make sure that you have written down each of your sounds correctly. If you made any mistakes, hey, no big deal. Don't even worry about erasing it. Take that pencil, draw a line through it, and rewrite it correctly. Go ahead and do that now. All right, ready to move on to word dictation? Let me go ahead and clear my board. All right, so we are ready for word dictation. Just like sound dictation, you're only going to need your pencil and your paper. We are going to be working through these words together today. I want us to kind of review real quickly our rules for when to use OI and OY. If you remember our first vowel team, OI, we use OI to spell OI at the beginning or the middle of a syllable, like we hear in oink or coin. The other vowel team we have worked with is OY. We use OY to spell OI at the end of a syllable, like we hear in the one syllable word joy, or like we hear at the end of the first syllable in the word royal. All right, let's get started. Move those out of my way. The first word that we are going to work through today is the word boy. I want you to hold your fist up and let's throw out those sounds. B-oy. How many sounds? Just 2. We'll dash that out. B-oy. Where do we hear oy in this word? Let's listen. B-oy. Right, we've identified our vowel. We hear oy at the end. We know our rules, so it makes it easy to know if we use OI or OY. If OI comes at the end, then we spell OI, OY. OY says OI at the end. Let's go back to the beginning. B-oy. B. What says B? B says B. Oy. B-O-Y spells boy. Check your spelling with my spelling. All right, guys, ready for your next word? The next word is join. Say that back with me. Join. Get your fist up. We're going to throw out those sounds. J-oin. There's 3 sounds. Let me dash that out. J-oin. This time I want you to listen for where you hear that vowel. J-oin. Right, we hear the vowel in the middle. We know 2 ways to spell the oi sound, so how are we going to spell it in this word? Think about your rules. O-I says oi at the middle. O-Y says oi at the end. Our rules tell us that we use O-I in the middle, so that makes it easy to spell that part. Let's go back to the beginning. J-oin. Our first sound is J. Actually, if we think back to sound dictation, we learned 3 ways to say J. In the beginning of this word, we're going to spell it with a G. I said that completely wrong. Let me start again. Join. J-oin. The first sound we hear is J, that we spell with a J. J. J-O-I, J-oin. The last sound we hear is N. N says N. So we spell join, J-O-I-N. Check your spelling on your paper with my spelling on the board. Remember, if you make any mistakes while working, no big deal. Don't even worry about erasing. Just go ahead and draw a quick line and then keep working after you correct it. All right, the third word that we're going to practice today is the word oil. Let's sound that out. Fist up, throw out your sounds. Oil. Two sounds. Oil. This time I want you to listen for where you hear the oi sound. Oil. Right, we hear that vowel sound at the beginning. If we can identify where we hear that vowel, it makes using these rules super duper easy. Our rule tells us that OI says oi at the beginning or middle of a syllable. So this makes it very easy. We know to use OI. That next sound, oi, ul. What says ul? Yeah, L says ul. So we spell oil, O-I-L. Check your spelling on your paper with my spelling up here on the board. All right, next word, guys. Next word is the word toy. Let's sound that out together. Fist up, t-oy. Just two sounds. I'll dash that out. T-oy. Now I want you to listen for where you hear the vowel sound. T-oy. Right, we hear the vowel right here at the end. Since we know where the vowel is, it makes spelling that oi sound super easy. Our rule tells us OY says oi at the end. Say it with me. OY says oi at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and put OY there for that second sound. Going back to my first sound, t-oy. That first sound is t. We spell that with a, right, everybody, a T. Toy, T-O-Y. Make sure you have that on your paper. Make sure your spelling matches my spelling. All right, ready for our last one? Our last word for word dictation today is the word point. Say that back with me. Point. Let's go ahead and sound that out. I want your fists up, and let's throw out those sounds. P-oint. P-oint. 4 sounds. Let me dash that out. P-oint. This time, when I stretch it out, I want you to listen for where you hear that vowel sound. P-oint. Right, we hear the vowel right there in that second spot, so we call that the middle. We hear that oi sound. We know our rules for oi. It makes it very easy to spell this. O-I says oi at the beginning or the middle. O-Y says oi at the end. In the word point, the oi sound comes in the middle, so we know to use O-I. O-I says oi in the middle. All right, let's start back to the beginning. P. What says P? Yeah, P says P. Oi, N. What says N? Yep, N says N. Last sound in point, P. Oint. T. T says T. Very good. All right, I want you to check your spellings. P, O, I, N, T. If you made any mistakes, draw a quick line and just rewrite it correctly. But guys, hey, that is the end of day 1. As we leave today, I just want you to remember 2 things. O-I says oi at the beginning or the middle of a syllable. O-Y says oi at the end of a syllable. I will see you back on day 2 to put this into more practice. Thanks, guys.